there was no coverage for the front office. Our manager went in and changed all my clock outs to SAW. Employment dilemma in the nation's capital. I work in the heart of Washington, D.C., for a prominent hospital system. Lately, my lunch break has been taken away and replaced with a mysterious deduction from my paid time off, PTO. This occurred when I was unable to take a lunch break due to a lack of coverage in the front office. As a result, I didn't take a lunch at all last week. However, my manager decided to manipulate my time records. She altered my clock out times to make it appear as though I had taken a lunch break, despite the fact that I didn't. She then proceeded to send me an email stating that my time didn't meet the 40-hour requirement for full-time employees, insinuating that I wasn't meeting the necessary work hours. Given that I had already accumulated 40 hours of work without taking a lunch break, I find it puzzling that my manager would claim otherwise. Furthermore, she chose to supplement the missing time with my PTO without my authorization. This raises questions about her decision-making process and its adherence to company policies. Is this action permissible? What protections do I have as an employee in this situation? I hooked up with somebody's wife I didn't know. Now she might be pregnant. I had met a woman in Vegas, and her and I went back to her place and hooked up. She said she was 29, I'm 26, but turns out she was married and had a child. She had come to Vegas to get away from me. A chance encounter in Las Vegas has left me reeling with guilt. I met a woman who claimed to be 29, but our brief affair may have far-reaching consequences. What I didn't know at the time was that she was married with a young child. Her desire for a temporary escape from her responsibilities led her to Vegas, and I was an unsuspecting participant. The aftermath of our tryst has revealed a shocking truth. She believes we may have conceived a child together. Although I used a condom as instructed, the possibility of fatherhood weighs heavily on my mind. The woman's deceit has left me questioning our entire encounter. My intention in sharing this story is to seek guidance on how to navigate this complex situation. Her claim of pregnancy has left me feeling trapped and uncertain about my next steps. Any advice or perspective would be greatly appreciated. TLDR: man may be father to child conceived with married woman in Vegas after she lied about her marital status. When I was younger, my parents wouldn't buy me a razor, so I used my dad's when I was younger, around 12 to 13. I was just going through puberty and started growing a lot of pubic hair. I was insecure and asked my parents to buy me a razor, obviously not telling them the real reason. During my early teenage years, I found myself struggling with the onset of puberty, marked by an unexpected surge in body hair. Feeling self-conscious, I made a request to my parents for a razor, conveniently citing the need to shave my arms as the reason for my desire. However, they politely declined my request. Not one to be deterred, I observed my father's morning grooming routine in the bathroom and spotted his facial razor and shaving cream. With a mix of curiosity and desperation, I seized the opportunity to borrow the razor, utilizing it to carefully trim the unwanted hair in the area I had been too embarrassed to mention earlier. The next day, as I watched my father go about his daily routine, I couldn't help but notice that he was using the very same razor I had used the day before. The irony of the situation wasn't lost on me, but it also served as a reminder that my parents were still unaware of my true reason for seeking a razor. Edit: the original story has been rewritten while maintaining its core message and events. No phone? No problem. My GM complained to my boss about myself and or partner being on our phones during work hours. Didn't say a word to us directly. We both use an app for work, and we communicate with numerous staff constantly by text or email via our phones. So we deleted th. No mobile devices. No problem. A new approach: my supervisor expressed concerns to our manager about my partner and I consistently using our mobile devices during work hours. The conversation took place behind our backs, rather than directly with us. Our jobs require frequent communication with colleagues through our work app, usually via text or email. In an effort to address the issue, my partner and I removed the app from our personal phones and vowed to refrain from using our mobile devices for work-related purposes during work hours. However, this decision has led to our team members now needing to physically visit our area for any issues that arise, resulting in complaints about the inconvenience this has caused. To resolve this, our supervisor was forced to provide us with tablets on which to access our work app, and face-to-face interactions have become the norm for addressing all other concerns. TLDR, our boss banned us from using our phones for work due to a complaint from our supervisor, forcing us to switch to tablets for work communication, resulting in more inconvenience for our team. AITA for being upset at my parents who forgot me when we ate out. So I have a cousin that is about 7 that my extended family on my mother's side doted on, since she is the youngest, and my uncle had her rather late in life when he is in his late 40s. I was about 19 WH. Am I the asshole for being upset that my parents forgot me when we went out to dinner? As the only adult child on my mother's side, I have a younger cousin who is a favorite among our extended family. Born when I was 19, she's more like a niece to me than a cousin, given the significant age gap. Our family often lets her get away with things that I wouldn't have been allowed to do at her age, but I tend to hold her to the same standards as my younger nieces and nephews on my dad's side. After graduating college with honors at 26, I was looking forward to celebrating with my parents. However, they chose to attend my cousin's piano recital instead, citing its importance. This incident still stings, especially since my brother and his girlfriend attended my graduation. Recently, our families went out for dinner, but things took a turn when I received a work call and stepped away to answer it. With the high noise level, my dad was footing the bill, so I didn't think twice about taking a call. When I finished and returned to the table, my family was nowhere to be found. I tried calling them multiple times, but they didn't answer. Panicked and AITA for being hurt that my mill wanted to exclude my daughter from Thanksgiving and Christmas to protect my SIL. 31F. I'm married to my husband Tyler, 32M, and I gave birth to our first child, a baby girl, almost 3 months ago. I love Tyler very much, and I always felt a difficult family conundrum. 28F. My husband Tyler, 31M, and I welcomed our first child into the world a couple of months ago. This new addition has brought immense joy to our lives and our family, especially since I always wished for a bigger family unit when I was growing up with just my mom. My husband's family has been incredibly loving and welcoming, and I've always felt grateful to be a part of it. However, his twin sister Ashley